Hello. Welcome to this very special episode of Taboo Tuesday at 4,000 to 5,000 feet. Woo! Today's episode is about competitiveness and collaboration. Like all things, there are pros and cons of both. And like all things, there can be too much of anything is often problematic. You can drink too much water and die. Sorry, a little distracted because I'm hiking here. Let's take a little pause. Staying on the trail so I don't destroy any of the alpine moss or plants. Alright, so collaboration and competitiveness. I think a lot of people talk about competitiveness as something that motivates them, and I think that's awesome. Motivation is really cool, and it's cool to know how you're motivated. I know not everybody's motivated by competitiveness, and the notion of collaboration really jazzes me. I love collaborating. Most Taboo Tuesday episodes are a collaboration themselves. But I think you can have both. I think you can have collaborative competition. One topic that I think of when I think of this, fun, is the dance world. And I have never run a dance company. I don't want to speak any myths. So do speak up if your experience, or if you want to chime into this conversation. I want it to be a conversation. But I think there's a lot of, in a lot of fields, right, competitiveness that is harmful in a way where maybe there's only 2 seats at the table and I want that seat. So maybe that is not going to encourage me to help others also get that seat. Personally, I don't enjoy that type of an atmosphere myself. I would much rather foster an environment of collaboration, and if there's only 2 seats at the table, how can we work together to get more seats at the table for people who want to be at the table? I think that idea just jazzes me. That idea makes me super happy because there's no, there's totally limits to our resources, to our funding, and that's really real. But I never want to be in a place where I am not helping somebody out because I think that there's only 1 seat at the table. I would much rather work together and figure out, can we share the seat at the table? Can we find another seat? Can we figure this out? And if there's ever a situation where I have a seat and somebody else doesn't, I never want them to be afraid to ask me for help or advice. I would love to work with others to help them get a seat at the table. I like that metaphor. And yeah, so I think it's applied to the fitness industry. I had a really, really great conversation with a lovely human about yoga studios and competitiveness. And I think it's unfortunate that a studio or an organization would say, if you're not able to get this many students to a class, then we're going to replace you. I don't think that's a really great way to support an employee or a friend or a fellow yoga teacher. I seek out fostering environments of collaboration, and definitely not anti-competition. I think competition can be fun, can be motivating, but realizing it's not fun or motivating for everybody. It's super fun and motivating for some people. And there's different types of competition and there's different types of collaboration. So by no means does everything you do have to be a collaboration. But let's help each other get a seat at the table. Let's support each other. And let's all love each other. That's getting kind of woo. Get into the deep end, as Jason would say. But I think this is a big realization for me as I'm fostering my company. If there are any other movers and shakers, FRCers, yoga teachers, let's help each other up, because that also feels really, really good. All right, I'm gonna keep on hiking. I got a lot of fun ahead of me. Join me next week for another episode of Taboo Tuesday. Psych, I'm not done. One more thought. I think it's also good to acknowledge that I won't always be in the place to help other people. Sometimes I'll have to help myself first. So it's okay to say no. And it's actually healthy and smart to know when you can and can't collaborate and help others. All right, maybe the end, maybe not. All right, I summited. And now I'm hiking back. I got about 2.5 miles left. Yes, so I let these thoughts simmer in my brain. And I think collaboration is hard, right? So I think I try to collaborate with people who are enthusiastic about collaborating with me. I think helping people get to see the table is amazing, but if I'm falling over in my chair, I can't help anybody very well. And I've definitely fallen into the struggle of not having healthy boundaries and not being able to, trying to help too much and really just hurting myself. So, collaboration and competition need to be consensual and have healthy boundaries. And that's something that only you can know for yourself. So I encourage you to, well, at least, you do whatever you want. For me, I have found benefits in thinking about my own boundaries when it comes to competition and collaboration, and thinking about how I need to sometimes say no to collaboration and competition.